I'm trying to be safe. But you knew I was going to have to come live to talk to you about it. Minho gets a solo. I'm so excited. Like, you don't understand. So I think was it last night or this morning? It was last night. Last night, I was busy living my life, talking to my mom about what it would be like to win the Powerball lottery. And I see that I have a Twitter notification from Jade, Angels 2014 here on YouTube and Twitter. And the notification is, someone check on Shower 360. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm scared because sometimes when people ask to check on me, it's for bad stuff. And I'm like, I don't need no bad stuff right now. Please don't. But no, it was for the best news. It was the news that Choi Min Ho is going solo. Like, he's not leaving Shiny, not going solo, but he's getting a solo. And I'm so excited, but also like terrified at the same time. I don't know what he's going to do. Like, I don't know what he's going to do. He's had 2 singles that were his singles in the entire run of Shiny. Like, he's never had any other music that was his own. And he sang on both of his singles. One of them was not city pop, but kind of like The Weekend. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like kind of a slower R&B sounding song. The other one was like an R&B ballad. So I'm thinking that maybe this is going to be an R&B tinged album. But Minho's also known as the rapper of Shiny, and I'm like, is he going to try to rap? Is this going to be a rap solo? I mean, I hope not. I hope not. Oh my God, Minho, please, if you listen to nothing else that if you've ever listened to me at all, do not. Nobody wants that. I, as a Shawa who loves you down, please do not release a rap album. No one wants that. Your mama don't want it. I don't want it. We don't want it. But yeah, I think the baby's gonna be singing, which is exciting. But gosh, Minho's singing voice is such a unique thing that I'm very interested as to what singing he's going to do. If you're not familiar with Minho's singing voice, which a lot of you might not be, because if you're not a Shawwal, you probably don't pay really close attention to like everyone's vocals in every context. Like even Jonghyun has rapped before. It's crazy. But Minho sings every once in a while. And if you've heard his solos, then you have kind of a picture of how he sings. But when he sings, he has a very light, breathy voice. It's very airy. He kind of is like, he kind of went to the Janet Jackson school of singing, if you will. And because of that, his whole singing persona has been kind of like lukewarm. It's kind of been like in the middle, very milk toast. He's not somebody who, when people hear him sing, they're like, "Oh my God, did you know Minho had the vocals like that?" That's the reason why he gets utilized so much as a rapper. But what's crazy is that Minho's voice when he sings is very high. Like he has, I would say, a tenor voice when he sings, but he definitely has kind of a more baritone rap voice, which more matches his speaking voice when he's like on interviews, television shows, stuff like that. So I'm wondering if he's going to play with what his singing voice would sound like if it was deeper. I would like to hear what his deeper singing voice sounds like in context. And if he's going to stay with the same kind of breathy singing that he's been doing on his solo songs, he needs the most sculpted, structured songs on earth. Minho cannot be given R&B songs that have a ton of ad libs and a ton of long notes, and he's expected to have, long pauses between words. He needs something that's either chock-a-block full of lyrics, where he's got to express the lyrics very fast and very often, or he's got to have something that, like, the melody is so textured and structured that anyone can sing on top of it, kind of like a DJ set, where they can just, like, grab anybody, throw their vocals on it, and keep going. And I know that's kind of, it sounds like I'm discounting his artistry. I'm not. If he wants to write the lyrics, that's great. But Minho, with his light voice singing, is just not, it's not anything to write home about. So he needs like spectacular songs. Like these songs need to be immaculate. But I'm so excited for a Minho solo. You have no idea. I'm so excited. I'm going to buy every version of this album, just so you know. Like, if there's a Kino, I'm buying it. If there's a vinyl, I'm going to try to get it. I'm buying all of these. I'm going to try to collect the photo cards this time. I haven't collected photo cards for Shiny in a minute. I'm going to try to collect the photo cards. This is my Super Bowl. This is for me. The girls made sure that I won this time. I'm so freaking excited, you guys. I'm so excited. And I feel really bad for being excited because apparently bad things are happening in the rest of K-pop. Apparently Treasure is losing two members. They're losing Yadam and is it Machini? I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Don't be mad at me. I don't know any of the Treasure boys at all. Yadam's name sounds familiar because I want to say that he had a solo as well as being with Treasure, but I do not know any of those Treasure children. But apparently, two of them are now not in the group. One of them, I think, had been having health issues, and Yadam, I think they were like, he's gonna do more producing, but what the fuck? He can't produce within the group? Like, what the hell is going on? But it's YG, and YG is full of that bullshit. So it's probably gonna come out that something else happened. It's probably gonna come out something else happened behind the scenes, and YG's like, we'll just get you out the group because once people find out what happened, we wouldn't be able to market the group. I'm assuming that's what it is. Even though one of the members is a Japanese member, and YG's always been shitty when it comes to Japanese people, so who knows? Also, Red Velvet's got to come back coming out. Um, I would like to talk to SM about Red Velvet because Red Velvet is doing the Reva Festival thing again. This is going to be their second Reva Festival release this year. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. I'm tired of Reva Festival being in the title of these albums. Let's just call these albums albums. Why does everything have to be Reva Festival? I get it that SM is on this whole creating universes and Kwangya and, trying to establish like miniature brands within the label. I don't like the name Reva Festival. I don't think I've ever mentioned that to you guys before, but when they did the first Reva Festival, I remember thinking, this is kind of a weird concept, but we'll go with it. But then when they did the next Reva Festival, I'm like, why are we Reva Festivaling again? This is strange. And then they did another Reva Festival, and I'm like, okay, maybe one a year. Maybe that's what it is. No, this is going to be the second Reva Festival in 2022. I'm tired. I'm tired. In the whole point of a festival that it happens annually, why are we doing another Reva festival? But that's not even the problem. The problem is apparently the Reva festival, the new Reva festival for Red Velvet, has gone on sale and is selling out pre-orders. You guys, that never happens. That album has not been on sale very long. I think the album's only been for sale maybe a couple of days because it's only been announced a couple of days and it's already sold out on pre-order. Why does SM hate Red Velvet? What is it about Red Velvet that grinds SM's gears? Because no one sells out in pre-orders. No one. Well, I take that back. BTS sometimes sells out different things in pre-orders. Like I think they had a photo book recently that sold out in pre-orders, and they had to like do re-releases and like second, third presses, stuff like that. But like when it comes to SM artists do not sell out pre-orders. That's the whole fucking point of a pre-order is that people tell you how many they anticipate would want this album, and you start putting in orders to make sure you have enough albums to meet those pre-orders. That's the whole thing. So it makes no sense for them to be like, yeah, the pre-order sold out. Like, did they tell every single K-pop store like we're only going to give you 10 copies, so be judicious? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And that's after, Seulgi's solo went flop. I know some of y'all gonna be like, why are you being mean to Seulgi? You weren't nice in your review. I really liked her music and you didn't. You're rude. Say what you wanna. No one's talking about Seulgi. And I mean that with my whole heart, and I'm saying it with my whole chest. Seulgi Solo came and went and made absolutely no dent in anyone's conversation. I even follow a lot of Revelovs on social media, especially like on Twitter. A lot of the people I'm mutuals with are Revelovs, and no one was talking about Seulgi Solo after it came out. They were like, it's coming, we're so excited. And like for the first 2 days, they were like, oh, this is really nice, and we like the album art. And then it was fucking crickets. No one was talking about their favorite songs. She even did a second video for her duet song on her album, and people were like, "Oh, this is really cute. She looks really good," and that was it. So yeah, it flopped. It wasn't making waves. It didn't have any staying power, and so yeah, SM just is not putting the energy into Red Velvet, and I get it. I mean, a lot of these K-pop companies are super misogynist, and they're like, if we have to put our energy into one set of girls, let's always go for the younger girls, the girls that we think are more attractive. Not that Red Velvet is ugly, I would never say that, but you know, the younger girls have the benefit of having younger skin, so that helps. But also, there's more girls, not more girls, there's more girls to make the visual in aespa than there is in Red Velvet. I think with Red Velvet, most people don't consider Yeri a visual. I don't even think necessarily that people consider Sulgi a visual, even though she totally is. And I know they're not considering Wendy a visual. Whereas in Espa, they kind of have framed it that almost every girl in that group, except for two of them, are visuals. And so, yeah, I can see why they focus their energy on Espa, but like, don't actively sabotage Red Velvet. They have a legacy fan group. Their legacy fan group buys albums. They buy their album. Excuse me. They buy their albums by the ton. Like, I've always purchased the Red Velvet Comeback. Everyone I know always purchases the Red Velvet Comeback. So I mean, that's money. That's passive income for SM. So what's the point of sabotaging Red Velvet, thinking that it's going to divert their fans to aespa? Red Velvet and aespa don't even do the same kind of music, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't listen to those albums and think, oh, that could have been a Red Velvet song. That has never happened the entire time I've listened to aespa songs. So why can't you just let both of them make money and just let their fans be happy, instead of like giving Sulgi fucking leftover songs and not giving her a team to help her get a vision that's both creative and commercial? And why do we keep having the Red Velvet releases go under Reva Festival? Because nobody likes that. And it makes it to where you forget the name of the albums. And also, why is it that we're trying to cap how many copies they can sell? I mean, if it's to make it to where it seems like aespa sells more, that's pretty fucking shitty. That's pretty fucking shitty that you would handicap one of your legacy artists to make your other artists look good. That's gross. That's really fucking gross. But anyway, those are my K-pop concerns and things to talk about this morning. Oh, and side note, PH1 is, I said P1, PH1 is going on tour, and he will be in a few places in the United States, which is really exciting. He is going nowhere but Japan. I'm excited for the people who will. I'm excited for the people who will. And it seems like maybe Ian has gotten better, DPR Ian, because they're in, I think, the European leg of their tour. And no one said anything bad has been happening. He seems like he's been happy on stage. So that's good to hear as well. So yeah, that's all the K-pop concerns I have. I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you guys about everything. I'm glad you had a chance to drive with me. And I will talk to you later. Bye.